SWX has this season's exclusive pass, bringing you into the locker room, onto the field, and inside Saints football. This is Carroll College Saints Insider.
Welcome inside the bleachers at Burton Ernie's for another edition of Saints Insider alongside Saints freshman running back Matthew Burgess. I'm Jeremy Schnell, and Matthew, let's get to know you a little bit because you are a freshman here with the Saints. Where are you from? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Junction City, Oregon.
And where did you go to high school, and how long have you been playing football?
I went to Sheldon High School, which is in Eugene, so I did open enrollment for out of district. And then I've been playing football since the first grade.
Play any other sports?
I did track and I did basketball for a little bit, but mostly just track.
Coming into this season, did you think you would start off? Let me hear how this sounds for you. 368 yards, 5 touchdowns. Did you ever think that was even possible to start the season?
No. No.
What has it been like for you so far this season?
It's just been great. All the guys have been great. The line's been blocking well and everything, so yeah.
What is it about you that you're able to just stay up? Is it a little bit of your speed? Is it a little bit of your offensive line blocking? But just being able to shed tackles and continue to go. What is it about you?
I think a lot of it has to do with like the holes the line's opened up and everything.
Where do you learn that from? Where do you learn being able to get hit and shed tackles and just keep going?
I mean, it's always just been taught, just keep your feet moving. If you just keep your feet moving, then you can stay up.
Tell me about your offensive line. What have they done for you so far? How have they kept your confidence up?
Oh, they're a great group of guys. They're always picking me up and everything. They always tell me nice run. I'm always telling them back, nice blocking and everything after every play and stuff.
And Devin Bridgewater, he's from a little bit closer to your area. He's from Boise. So tell me about how he's played so far. Obviously, he's a redshirt freshman, but also same kind of class as you.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's a great leader out there, and he really keeps everyone together.
And it seems like when I was talking to him last week, you touched on it just a second ago, that he is a really good leader. He's up front always when the team's running out onto the field. Just tell me about how that has worked out for him so far.
Oh, he's just got great confidence, and he's just going out there and balling out.
Southern Oregon next week, long road trip.
Yeah.
You got any tips? You've ever been on a long road trip like that?
Never been on a 19-hour bus ride, but I'm excited. It's my home state, so I'm excited to get down there.
You gonna have some family come out?
Yeah, I have some family and friends coming down to that game.
Yeah, how many do you think? Let's give a ballpark.
I have no idea.
What do they bring to the table that you guys are gonna have to break down throughout the week, do you think?
They just got a great defense, so we just got to go out there and just play our game.
So 5 touchdowns this season for Matthew Burgess. Thank you so much for joining me. Continue success, hopefully continue success for you for the rest of the season.
All right, thank you.
Zach's a gamer. I mean, he's one of those guys. I loved having him here. I mean, you're looking at a guy who's a 2-time first-team All-Stater at corner, one of the best punt returners we've ever had. He's just a game breaker. I mean, that interception was incredible, but I like the kickoff cover probably better than anything. He makes a huge play on a 16-yard line. He blows that kid up coming down there. And as a freshman in college, jumping out there and basically taking hold of things, I mean, it's impressive. I can't say enough of the kid. I mean, every time I see him, I'm just proud of who he is because he's just grown up as a player every year. And so it's fun to see him and where his growth's at right now. He's a heck of a football player.
As Zach Spiroff joins us here on Saints Insider, what does it mean to you to hear those kind words from your high school coach?
That means everything to me. Coach Evans is a guy that I really look up to in life. Anything I need, he's there for me. Whether it is football, school, or just life in general, he's a person that I always feel like I can go and talk to. And I think that's just because I've been around him for so long and I just feel so comfortable with him and everything he's done for me. It really means the world to hear that coming from a person like Coach Evans.
2 interceptions in 2 weeks. I know you were telling me that you would like it to be 4, but how is it for you that you're a freshman, you're able to come in and contribute right away?
That's huge. My whole goal this year was to try and step in and do anything I could to help this team, and luckily I got a couple of opportunities. I was originally a 2 on the depth chart, so and at that point I had one of my old previous coaches tell me, being a 2, you're only 1 play away. And against Rocky, Parker, he got a little stinger, so I got my chance to go in. Knew they were probably going to throw at me, and luckily I just got to make a play on that. And yesterday I was trying to do the same thing too, just trying to do anything I could to help the team. And playing within the technique and the scheme of the defense.
How were you able to keep your foot in bounds there? Do you even know that you kept your foot in bounds?
Not really. I saw him throw the ball, and I was just trying to focus on actually catching it this week. So I caught it and I looked over, and I wasn't sure if I got it in bounds or not, and they signaled that it was our ball, so that was pretty cool. I was just happy that I got another one this week that could hopefully turn the game for the team and give us a little momentum.
Tell me about the defense, how they've been playing overall so far.
Yeah, so obviously week one, it was a little bit tough for us against Western, a good team. But I thought we rebounded extremely well against Rocky. Obviously another extremely good offense. And then yesterday, had our struggles once in a while. We just had some balls not come our way. A couple of things that just, didn't quite go our way. But all in all, I was pretty proud of the way we played. I thought throughout the game we never let down in our effort or our intensity. So I think we clear some stuff up and have some balls go our way next time. I think our defense is really going to start hitting some big strides, and we're going to be a defense that teams have to really scheme for, and they're going to have a tough time against us.
At 2-1 going up against Southern Oregon next week. What do they bring to the table that your defense is going to have to try and stop?
I haven't got a chance to see a lot of what they do, but I know just from past experience and being around the Frontier Conference for a while, I always know Southern Oregon just has athletes. They're obviously going to be an athletic team, and we're going to have to try and play against them. I mean, I know they probably have some really good speed and strength and just raw athleticism like that, and I've heard that they can throw the rock around pretty well. Obviously, it's probably going to take a little toll on them with their starting quarterback going down. Hopefully he's doing all right. But we just got to prepare for him like we do anybody else. Can't be intimidated at all by a team with a reputation like them. But I think we just go out there and prepare for athleticism and do our job, and we should be all right.
Going on that 19-hour road trip, how are you trying to prepare yourself for that?
I've done one pretty long road trip. I went to Omaha, Nebraska this last summer with my baseball team. Yeah. So that was a pretty long one too. I think this one's pretty equivalent. So it'll be interesting. I got some tips. I heard NyQuil works well. So
they told us that in the press conference.
Yeah. Nate was telling me that NyQuil works pretty well.
Take a lot of NyQuil.
Yeah, so I'll take that tip. Hopefully I can catch a little bit of sleep on the bus, see if it'll pass the time a little bit.
And when it comes to you talked about being around the Frontier Conference for a while now, but being in Helena and being around Carroll, what was it like growing up around this school?
It was huge. The reputation that Coach Van Diest laid the foundation for here. Obviously I was around here for all of their national championships, and when I grew up here, it was every single year the Saints were competing for a national championship, and that was just something that you expected. So that was really cool to see, and the tradition is unbeatable here.
And is there talk yesterday's game? What about your offense? How did your friend over there, Matthew, play?
Yeah, the offense is great. Obviously, Devin's been doing a great job for such a young guy like him to be taking over an offense and putting up the numbers that he has so far. And obviously with help from Matt and Major and Shane and Joe and those guys putting up huge numbers like that, it just makes our job a lot easier on defense, knowing that we can play from ahead instead of playing from behind all the time. And you just got to give props. I mean, Coach Purcell, he does a great job with that offense. We were talking yesterday. That dude can run one heck of an offense. So it's great to see that, and all the props to them. They're doing a great job, and offensive line's been blowing up big holes and giving Devin a lot of time to work with, and just stuff like that. It's huge for us.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on another edition of Saints Insider. That'll wrap it up for this edition. This is brought to you by Bert and Ernie's here at the Bleachers. Make sure to come out every Sunday for football. Here is Coach Purcell's post-game thoughts, but for Zach Spiroff, I'm Jeremy Schnell. Have a good night.
Those kids, you know, they come out and they play and they perform, and there's a reason why we recruited them, you know what I mean? And so sometimes you hit and sometimes you miss, and those guys were a couple of hits. And so it's been pretty special there with the whole freshman class in general. It's been pretty real positive.
Ladies and gentlemen, your pro coach, Burgess.